So let's talk briefly about how much money I lost in crypto.
Before we get into it, let me brag about my recent profits. Now let's get back to the video.
Right, so boys, I just posted this ICT video here and just wanted to make something clear in the intro. I'm only posting things now that I find interesting. I'm no longer going to be touching on that. I don't make money from YouTube anymore. This is strictly a hobby for me now. I have a huge backup in crypto, so I'm not really worried, and I have a little bit of passive income from other businesses. YouTube is strictly a hobby now. All of the ad revenue, that goes to my editors. You know, I'll make few hundred a month in ad revenue. If anything, I'm actually losing money posting videos because of the editing payments that I'm making. That being said, the ICT video is getting a lot of controversy. People are saying, you know, they didn't subscribe for this stuff. And I just wanted to make it clear that I used to make educational, holy shit, those are some cats. I used to make some educational tips and tricks, tutorials, strategy type videos. That is no longer going to be in this channel just because I've taught everything I wanted to teach the public and I'm bored of it. Since I'm not making money from YouTube, I'm just doing this for fun. It's a complete hobby at this point. I'm just gonna do things that I find fun, lifestyle videos, traveling, documentaries. If you guys want educational stuff, make sure you jump into the streams. I will answer questions. I will teach on the streams. The streams aren't consistent, but I do the best I can. I'm gonna be adding some streams maybe during the London session and actually live trading now because I've kind of maybe developed a method that allows me to trade at a slower pace rather than just the opens. So I'll be able to show that to you guys, hopefully. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some stuff on streams. If you're here for the entertainment, here for the personality, that's all here still. I'm still an idiot.
Go mentally deranged, yeah?
I'm still an asshole. I'm still just as beautiful as I was the day I was born. Oh my God, looking like a baby. Let's talk about briefly here. I'm actually in the middle of trading the New York Open here. I told you guys I literally just had a ton of reserves in crypto, but we lost a ton over this past bear market here. Let's look at what I think is going to happen next and how much I lost, right? So this crypto market here, up at the peak, I remember I made a video way back here saying I was almost at $1 million, and that was pretty true. And then I spent a lot of it. I was traveling a lot of the time there, spending tons of it over the year that it was going sideways. And you know, this was kind of the peak. This was kind of the peak. They were about equal. But this whole drawdown from alts, I remember basically the bottom here, 50% drawdown. I lost about 500K Canadian in the maximum here from alts and crypto and everything like that. So I'm down about $500,000, and that fucking sucks. But I'm not worried about it at all because this is going to continue up. If you guys remember from a lot of my streams, I had said that either this was going to be the bottom, either here, and then we were going to retest this area and then come down, or break out. It could have done either, of course, or we were going to go one last sweep lower, and this is that one last sweep lower that we were looking at. I thought this was going to reject a little bit higher. We were wrong a little bit, but pretty much the same, right? I thought we were going to come up above this 50K before coming back down. So this is pretty much what we'd be looking at. I think as an ultimate absolute worst case scenario bottom, I think roughly about the 20K here, but this level actually bounced perfectly off of a daily level back down here somewhere. If we scroll back, yeah, this zone, right, is bouncing off of this daily zone and sweeping those lows. So that's what it decided to do, kind of fill this gap in. So this definitely could be the bottom. We could be coming down for another low. It had a really nice rally off of it. So I have actually taken out a loan, not to pay for my bills, but to buy more crypto. I had bought crypto sub 30K because in the long run, this is a steal. Even if we come down to 20K, I don't care. Even if we come down to 15K, which we won't, because that's ridiculous. Why is it ridiculous? I'll quickly say we were going sideways for half a year. We didn't have a major parabolic move, so it's unlikely that we're going to have the major 80% retrace that we have in other crypto bear markets. I believe that this is not the major bear market still, but this is rather the halfway point in the bull market, if it makes sense. Similar to 2013, if you look back at 2013. I'm taking out a loan. I can hold it for a year. It's a year-long loan. in with no problem. 20%, literally all I need to do is pull up here and I've doubled my money, and then I can take it out and then pay it off, right? So there's not much risk behind that. Once we start coming back up, I'm going to be moving my money into Forex again, because the Forex trading has gotten pretty good. We had pulled out some of the money from Forex even more, and then bought some more up here, because this is a really good buy. So if you guys are seeing this now, I really suggest that you put some risk on in this area, and then if you are worried about it, start exiting out at 40 and 50k, right? Start exiting out about there, because we could see a rejection and come back to lower. That is if you need that money in the near future. I had bought back down way back over here, so half $1,000,000, guys. I'm still sitting fine. I can still support myself, no problem. I can use my money to trade Forex, make money from there. I can use my money to invest in other businesses. I can use my money to swing trade Bitcoin. Whatever I choose, I can still make money, still make a living off of it. So we're not worried, because we really made a massive amount of income. The only problem when I'm actually scared is if we got back down here, right? And I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that we're going to be coming for that Great Depression that everyone's calling for, partially because everyone's prepared for the Great Depression. They're already preparing for it. So I think people are going to start buying it up. We're going to get at least an exit case that we can put our money into some safer reserves somewhere else. So not worried at all. I'm actually very, very confident coming into this dump, and I'm even more confident now that we've retraced that back super strong. Now, the thing to remember here, guys, despite losing a massive amount of money, we're still in the positive, so we need to think optimistically about this. If you're into crypto for the past few years, you still have made money. The reality is, unless you completely over risk and blow everything, then that's your fault. And you shouldn't be upset because you were gambling. You expected it to happen. So if you're in the case where you've lost everything, that's because you're gambling and that's your fault. And you shouldn't be sad because you should have expected it, right? But in the case that we're just lower on money, the actual case is all we have to do is wait. All we're being forced to do is wait a longer period of time before we can buy that car, before we can buy that house, before we can go on that trip. That is literally what this bear market is it's giving us an opportunity to make more money later. If you already put everything in, then the reality is all you have to do is wait longer, and nobody wants to wait, and that's why everyone's upset right now. But that's what I'm seeing is I could have taken everything out in November and then, you know, had more money in the future, but what do I need the more money for, right? I'm already living the life I want. Hopefully you guys can kind of relate in a similar sense. We're already doing fine. So there's no point in needing that more money. It's just for the bragging rights of having more money. For having that bigger house, that bigger car, whatever, just gonna have to wait longer. That's all that is. So do I feel bad that I lost 500K? No. Who cares?